Hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about memberships. Memberships are often shared as like the magic ticket, I suppose, in entrepreneurship. They're the thing that you're supposed to do to get recurring revenue, and they're just this natural progression from maybe a course or content like a YouTube or something like that. And that's kind of where it stops. Like, I don't see a lot of educators or content creators talking about what to do once you have a membership or even how to structure your membership. So, I want to share what I know. I have had a membership for years, the Freelance Friday Club, and I'm actually going through the process right now of revamping it using some of this stuff that we're going to talk about today, some of these tips and platforms and all the things. So let's talk about it. If you are somebody who's looking to start a membership, keep watching. The first thing that I've learned is that you really need to have an outcome for your membership. It's generally not enough for most people, unless you have a very, very large platform already and you have people who are watching your YouTube or tuning into your podcast or coming to your events all the time just because of your name, basically. Unless you fit into that category, which I don't. I don't fit into that category. You really need to have an outcome for your membership. People want to know, what are they going to get by being in this membership? It is transactional. Yes, there's a content element. Yes, there's an entertainment element, but I think most people want to know, what am I going to get? So examples of this, this is the community where you will publish your first book. Freelance growth will help you get your first client, or the Freelance Friday Club will help you make your first 6 figures in freelance revenue. Like, you have to have some type of a goal that's associated with the group to get people to understand what it's really all about. I think that the novelty of just kind of having a group to hang out and like network has kind of worn off because there's now so many memberships. So you have to really give some type of an end goal, some type of a promise, if you will. Now, once you've chosen your outcome or you've decided on a goal, you are going to need to choose a platform. And I could talk for hours on this, to be honest, because I've pretty much used every platform out there over the years. I've done like very DIY, which is just kind of like Zoom links and emails, all the way up to paying for really expensive tools. And I finally found one that I think has everything that I need. It's called Uscreen. Shout out to them for working with me on today's video, but I am also building my membership within the tool and I'm actually going to be using it. It is the only membership platform that's specifically made for video creators, which is something I really struggled with because, yes, I wanted a community platform. I wanted to be able to chat on a forum and, type environment, things like that with my members. And Uscreen does have that. I'll give you a little tour in a second. But most importantly, I needed like a high quality video library because most of the people who come to my membership find it through YouTube or the podcast, which is a video podcast. And so what I was finding with the old platform that I was using is it just felt like a very weird, we go from video to like just like this scrolling text forum. And it was hard for people to navigate. They didn't see me in the membership. They saw my little profile picture, but they didn't see a video the same way that people are used to seeing me. And so if you are a video creator looking to create a membership, you don't want that flow to kind of be broken. You want to just make it a bigger and better version of your YouTube channel, as opposed to taking a YouTube channel and turning it into like something they have to read, because that's not how your audience usually consumes content if they found you via YouTube or even like Instagram or TikTok, right? As I mentioned, I'm migrating an existing membership over to Uscreen. So if you're worried that moving from one platform to another might be complicated or risky, don't be. Uscreen migrates both your content and your customers for free, and they also give you a success manager and best-in-class support. That customer success manager will also help you through every step of setting up and managing your membership site, and you'll also have access to the membership success blueprint, including an exclusive community of like-minded professional creators. Setting up the platform is easy to do and doesn't take too much time at all. And another fun fact is that 70% of Uscreen customers reach profitability within just 3 months.
So, if you're ready to start leaning into more recurring revenue opportunities and building a community that you truly love hosting, be sure to check out Uscreen today. I'll leave a link down below. Let them know that Latasha sent you.
Now, the other thing with a membership, like I said, you got to have an outcome. Now, how do you actually get people to achieve that outcome? How do you actually fulfill that promise? And that's done through content. I've found it works really well to have a mix of on demand content, so content that people can watch whenever they want to, and live interactive content in my membership. So I have either a co-working session or kind of a mastermind style group, like a Q&A kind of group. Let's chat about what's going on in the business every month, at least one. And then I also have some type of an educational thing going on. So in the new membership, when I launch with Uscreen, hopefully in November, I'm going to be launching a new course that's exclusive to my members every single month that they can watch on their own time. It's going to be, anything from how to start a YouTube channel to how to better serve your clients. And one of the things that I'm doing to make that more realistic and more possible is actually recruiting some of my very smart friends, some of the very smart members of the Freelance Friday Club to teach some of these courses as well, so that I'm not having to actually launch 12 courses by myself. But yeah, these things are great ways to just keep people engaged and to keep people seeing the value of it, because again, the novelty can sometimes wear off of just hanging out. I think it is incredibly valuable to be a part of a mastermind or to have, a resource, a relationship with a coach, with other freelancers, things like that. But if you kind of age out of it, like if you're like, okay, I don't really need Latasha's direct support every single week anymore, having the ability to stay engaged with courses or on demand videos or things like that can be really helpful. Your audience might be different. You know your audience best, but I've just learned by surveying my audience, by observing what's going on in the group, that most of them just want more resources. They want more things to watch at their own time, and they like the YouTube channel. That's why they want to be a part of the membership. So I'm kind of taking it to the next level in my membership. Now, Uscreen does make this part super, super easy because they allow you to categorize your content basically into like playlists. And that's what I'm using to create my courses within the membership. So it's really cool. If you know how to use YouTube, you'll be able to figure out Uscreen really, really easily. And they also enable you to do live streams right within the platform, which is nice. So you don't need to use like a third party streaming or live type of meeting tool. You can actually just live stream to your audience. Something that I'm playing around with the idea of, I don't know if I'm going to do it yet, but I've always wanted to do like working sessions like on Twitch or something, but I don't want to start a new social platform. So I'm maybe gonna do some like co-working sessions where I just work and then people can tune in if they want to. I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but plan out your content. That's the next step. And then the last thing you really need to do is just manage the community. And this is actually the part that I would say is I don't want to say the hardest, but sometimes it's the hardest to remember. It's the part that requires the most energy of you. Setting up the content is good and great, but you really need to be a good you're like a party host. You're like the host at a party. You want to make sure everybody feels included. You want to make sure that everyone's getting attention. You want to make sure that everyone's getting what they need. One of the first roles that I hired for in my business was actually a community manager for my old version of the Freelance Friday Club. And that actually worked really well to have her in that role because she was already a member. She was actually a coaching client of mine. So she knew me really well. She was actually interested in the content. I think that's really key. If you're going to hire somebody, you need somebody who does kind of live and breathe the topic. Like if you have a art, I'm going to teach you how to make your first painting. I'm probably not the person to like be your community manager because I don't do paintings, like seriously. Using your members as a resource, if there's like a superstar member that's a part of your group, maybe asking them if they want to be in a moderator or community manager role is a good way to kind of start scaling. You can absolutely do it by yourself too. And that's kind of where I'm at now. I do think I may be hiring for it eventually. We're going to see how it goes, but I'm not at the point where I feel like I have somebody who's available, who's in mind for that role yet. So we'll see. We'll see. But I am working with members on teaching courses and being in other elevated roles. But since I am going to be doing it myself, at least in the beginning, I have a document created that has basically a calendar of all the different events going on. And I'm actually planning for 2024 right now. I'm recording this in September of 2023. I'm planning out different prompts that are associated with each kind of theme of the month. So we're doing a book club every month. That's kind of like the springboard for the themes. So let's just say we're reading a book about creativity. Well, I'm going to give different prompts around how to be more creative, how do you get inspired, that kind of thing, and share those weekly in the group to really stimulate that conversation. That's what I found is like the less active that I am in my group, the less active everybody else is. And when that starts to happen, it has this kind of domino effect where people, when they do check in and they see, oh, nobody's posted in a few days, I don't really find this that valuable, I'm actually going to unsubscribe. So you want to make sure to keep it active. And that really does start with you or a member of your team. Within Uscreen, you are able to assign roles to different team members, which is nice. So if and when I do hire a community manager, I'll be able to give them that special designation so they can help members with some of the kind of under the hood type things without having to involve me. Another thing that can be really great that I'm kind of stewing on right now, this kind of the stage I'm in of planning my membership, is referrals. So Uscreen also has a bonus program. So if they refer their friends, they can get 30 days free in your membership, which I love. Word of mouth is such a valuable tool, a valuable sales tool. I always say your happy customers or happy members in this case are your best salespeople. So incentivizing people to share their link. Number one, the 30 days free is a great incentive. But what I'm actually working on is more of like a referral program. So I'm putting together some documents that are going to make it easier for people to share with the Freelance Friday Club logo and, some talking points for them to be able to use in their social posts, a link to my calendar if they want to have me on their podcast or YouTube channel or blog or whatever to interview me and help them push out their referral link. So these are all things that I'm kind of working through and can be great ways to grow your community and just keep it active because that really is the key. You don't want it to become super stale and have people wondering, why am I paying for this again? So those are the key things that I've really learned about growing and managing a membership. I am so excited to take you inside of the Freelance Friday Club version 3.0, actually. I think this will be the third iteration of it, and it truly has never been better. If you have any questions about a membership of your own, if you have any ideas you want to share, anything you want to bounce off of me, please do leave it in the comments. I'd be happy to help you, and I'd love to learn more about what you've got going on. Thanks again to Uscreen for working with me on today's video. I'll leave a link for them down below if you want to check them out and explore memberships of your own. You can let them know that Latasha sent you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!